we go. Can you hear me now? I was just explaining that I'm having a small issue with my presentation, so bear with me for one moment. I'm hoping 3 minutes and I'm going to get this sorted, but I'm going to turn my camera off and then I will be back whilst I try and get this ready to go. I'm back. I'm like technical. To just give you a little bit of background, I've got two screens and I just wanted to move something to my other screen and everything froze. So I was like, what is going on? Anyway, it is 2 minutes past 8. I am here and you lovely women are here, and are you ready to have an absolutely banging evening this evening? Because I have the last glass of wine ready and I'm excited about this masterclass because I haven't shared this information in the public domain for, well, I don't think ever actually, because it's massively evolved since the last time I did a pricing masterclass. Hey Kirsty, hey Edna, ready. I love that shizzle. So today has been it's been a great day actually. I'm going to share with you that this January has been my biggest month in business ever, which is really super exciting, and I want to really spread those good vibes and share those good vibes with everybody who is joining me this evening. And I thought I would pull a card before we started tonight. So these are from an ex-client and a great friend of mine. I think you're reading that backwards. It is a Life More Inspired. And the card that I pulled, I said, what does everybody need to hear this evening? And this is what came up. I believe good things are going to happen. Amazing opportunities greet me at every turn. I visualize daily, I dream, and I do. And I was just like, oh, that is so it. That is it. So I wanted to share that with you before we get going. Rebecca's just saying, I'm super excited for another masterclass. Laura's saying, I'm so ready for this masterclass. Yay. Can I ask you, for the people who are on Facebook, I'm not sure if you can see me properly because it's saying, oh, there we go. Let me turn myself down. I'm just checking that you can see me. Is there anybody who is on tonight that wasn't on yesterday? And if so, can you hit me up with a yes in the chat box on Zoom or a yes over here on Facebook, just so I can see? Okay. Hey, Anne. Hey, Charlotte. Yay. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to say, and I didn't want to repeat myself if everybody was on yesterday, but as there are some newbies here tonight, I'm going to ask you to leave your questions. Please, if you have any questions at all, please write them down, but leave them till the end, because I'm going to leave a good 15 minutes for any questions. And I'm going to be asking you right throughout this whole masterclass to engage with me, because I'm all about the energy and the vibe. And it doesn't matter what the hell has been going on in my day. And my day for the last 2 days have been really just ridiculously busy and hectic, and it doesn't matter how tired I feel before I start, as soon as I start seeing the yeses and the nos, and I get it and I'm hearing it and I'm with you and all of that stuff, I just feel so energized. So please, you give it to me, I'll give it to you, you give it to me, and it'll be a really, really beautiful exchange. So give me a yes if you are up and ready for that. Right, my beautiful, beautiful beings, let's get going. Right, I'm going to share my screen so that you can all see. I love that. Thanks, Beats. Right, this is the screen that you need to see. And let's start from the very beginning. From the beginning. Please use the chat box rather than the Q&A. I'm going to move that over here so I can see when you are chatting. I'm going to reduce my screen over here so I can see the peeps on Facebook still. Laura's like, hell yeah. Okay, so this masterclass is all about pricing your packaging. And obviously, when we're talking about pricing, we have to be talking about money too. So really, this is a money and pricing masterclass. And the intention that I'm holding for you is by the end, you understand what has been blocking you and what you need to do in order to really step into pricing your products, packaging, and services with confidence. So, without any further ado, let's get going. You'll see me looking over here a little bit because I've got Facebook over to the left and I've got some notes over here. So if you see me doing that, that's what I'm doing. So what you can expect tonight is a 5-minute recap, 50 minutes of all the good juicy stuff. And we went way over it yesterday. So I'm really going to try to rein myself in, but please don't hate me if I go over. And then 15 minutes Q&A at the end. So yesterday, so just so you know, this is a 3-part masterclass series. Yesterday we talked about messaging and it was epic, and I love some of the breakthroughs, particularly from my existing clients actually, who have posted, thank you for the masterclass. This combined with everything we've done in LLE have really helped me refine my message even further. If you haven't watched that, I've sent out a link directly after the masterclass. Please go and watch the messaging masterclass. I'm going to be referring back to it today. It's super, super important and it's one of the 3 main pillars I will be focusing on this year to double my income and my impact. It's super important. Today, we are going to be talking all about pricing, and tomorrow is all about soul work. We'll be doing things in a slightly different format. So you are in the right place if you know that in order to start earning what you desire, it starts with making a choice. Now that might sound a little bit random, but here's the thing, most people never get what they want because they are frightened of telling people what it is they truly desire. Most people never tell people what they want. And you know what else? Layered on that is that often when I ask people, what is it that you want? They say they don't know. And that, I have to tell you, it's not that you don't know. Everybody knows what they want, but you're always fighting with the, is that realistic? Am I allowed to want that? Can I really desire that? So you are in the right place if you know that changing your life in 2018, doubling your impact and doubling your income starts with making a choice to acknowledge what it is that you want. Please say yes if you are ready to be really honest about what it is that you want. Yeah. I'm going to ask you another question. How many of you who are saying yes right now when you get a little bit quiet, know that you have been holding back, and type in the comments, I've been holding back, if that is you. Yeah. Yes. You're not freaking alone, ladies. This is what the next, all these 3 days are about. Stopping holding back. Okay, you're in the right place. You're in the right place, and this is what I really want. This is important. If it was just as simple as putting your price up, then everybody would be millionaires or earning what it is that they desire. There's more to it than just sticking the price on. Let me know if that makes sense. Say yes. This is not just about me saying, you want to double your income, double your rates. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. Thank you. You're in the right place. And I'm going to talk about this a lot. You understand that 80%, I say 80% a lot, 80% of the work you do around your pricing, and really, I'm not just talking about pricing, I'm talking about receiving money for the work that you do, is in this bit, is in between your ears. And if that resonates with you, like, I'm going to give you 4 steps to how to price, and I'm going to go through the practical steps of what you need to do to price your package. And that is going to be really great and really helpful. But I want you to understand that the biggest barrier to you receiving the money that you want to receive on a monthly basis is in your head. And if that concept, even if it's the first time you've heard that, if that concept resonates, then you are in the right place. If you don't think it's got anything to do with mindset, again, I said this last night, but go and spend some time with your partner, or creating content, or telling your kids up because you are in the wrong place. I'm going to talk about mindset a lot tonight. Seriously resonates. Good, babes. Good, good, good. Love mindset. Perfect. It's not for you if you are not prepared to start looking at the way that you price or deliver your services differently. Okay, we're going to be talking about both of those things. You're not in the right place if you're not open to understanding that it's 80% mindset, and you're not open to doing the work. Yeah. Everything that I teach is about doing the work. And I was thinking about last night, earlier on today, and how I was really proud of the content that I delivered and the feedback that I got. And one of the things that one of my mentors said when she looked at the masterclass was, you have given too much information now. You've just given them too much. And you know what I thought to myself? Maybe I have, but here's the thing. I absolutely believe that I am fully supported in all of the things that I do. And actually, if I can make myself redundant by sharing my work, then I will be living the legacy that I want to live, which is really about helping women step into their most powerful way of being and living. And I believe that business is one of the best ways for us to step into our true power. And if I can make myself redundant, then freaking great. What I know to be true is that there will always be people who want to do it quicker. There will always be people that want to do it faster. There will always be people who want you to help them cut the learning curve. And I'm here for those people. So even though I always give a shed load of information, I don't think I'm going to change that. So that's good for you. You're here tonight. So let's get on with the show. What you are going to learn are about the money stories. We're going to be talking about the money stories that have been keeping you stuck in that constant habit of under-earning. Please don't change. I'm loving it. Oh, thank you, Anna. I don't want to change. I will change as we all evolve. But you know what? I want to be of service. That's where my impact comes. You are going to learn the simple mind shift that will transform the way you think about pricing your products and your services forever. And this is something that's come into my consciousness in really recent times. And when I heard it, I was just like, oh, I never heard it explained like that before. And it makes all the sense to me. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And buying and pricing psychology 101. So the first thing you will be pleased to hear that I'm not going to tell you is that money is just energy. Give me a yes if either one, you're expecting me to say that, or two, that you have heard that before, that money is just energy. It's a universal law, and it's just about a fair exchange for what it is that you do. Look, I am not going to. I get that you will get this. Oh, oops, I've never heard this before. Okay, well, it is just energy. And the reason I laugh a little bit is because I'm into the woo. And so lots of the people that I listen to and follow and are my mentors all talk about money just being a form of energy. We attach loads of emotion to it and, you know, just loads of stuff to it. And it's ridiculous because actually all it is just energy. And I think that quite a few of you here get that on an intellectual level, but for those of you who understand what I'm saying, that it's just a form of energy, it's just about an exchange. I give a service, and in exchange for that service, somebody gives me money. It's just the natural ebb and flow. I know that people have heard it before and people get it, but how many of the people that have heard it before and get it are still under earning? Put a yes in the comments if you're still under earning and you've heard that phrase and kind of get it on an intellectual level. Yeah. Yep, still under earning, still under earning. Yeah. I'm under earning. I learned this last night. Yeah. Urban flow. Right, ladies. Some people from the masterclass last night said they really started thinking about how much they wanted to be earning. I'm going to ask you now, please. I've got guilt. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Please put in the comments how much your ideal amount, your dream amount to be earning every month is. Put that in the comments now so I get a feel for what it is that you want to be earning and doing. Oh! Where did you go? There we go, back. Because I touched my wine glass. 5 to 10,000, 4,000, 10,000, 6,000, 10,000. Okay, we've got some ambitious women on the line, which doesn't surprise me. Love this. 5K, 4K, at least 3,000, 3.5K. Yeah. 5K. Nice. I want you to really hold on to that. When you think about your current money situation, do you ever recall or do you feel as though you are trapped? Like you've got nowhere to go? Totally. Yeah. Trapping myself. Yeah. Yeah. And out of control. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's really, really interesting because a lot of the women that talk to me about working with me, something saying, I feel like I'm in a financial prison. Yeah. Jen, I'm in the struggle zone. There are a lot of women who talk to me about the potential of working with me, and they say, do you know what? I need to speak to my partner around whether this investment is going to be right. And I want to challenge you that when you say I want to speak to my partner, consult my partner, rather than it being a true consultation about your choice to invest in your business, really you feel like you're asking permission about how much you want to spend and what you want to spend it on. I want you to get honest, really honest now. When you think back to the times where you have wanted to spend on something and you've said, I'm going to speak to my partner, have you been asking permission about what it is that you want to spend? Put a yes in the comments. And I'm also interested for the number of you who do not feel that you have to ask permission to spend joint finances. Yes, but I would want him to do the same. Ask permission. I don't ask him, I've got my own money. Great. No, never have. Great. Of course, feel guilty spending on me. I just do it and tell him after he supports me. I don't ask permission as I'm single, but I do end up justifying family members for the same reason. Here's the thing, I'm not going to say that money is just energy, because I know that some of you at least know that it is just a form of transferring. When you give energy, the natural law is that you should receive something back. And when you're not receiving back a fair exchange for what it is that you're giving, that's when things get out of whack. That's when you don't feel great about doing the work that you love. That's when life feels out of balance, when you're working all the freaking time and you're not getting paid. You can't pay the bills, you can't buy your kids shoes, you're worried about Christmas presents. When the energy balance is not a fair exchange, that's when things get out of whack. And I know, even if you haven't heard people talk about it in that way before, I know that you get that. The other thing that I hear quite a lot in my circles is money is just a neutral tool, and money isn't good, it's not bad, you know, and money doesn't make you happier, it doesn't make you a more evil person, it just accentuates what you already are. And I think that most of you will get that concept too, and I absolutely believe in that concept. But what I'm going to say to you tonight is that I don't want you to focus on money being an energy exchange. I don't even want you to focus on money being neutral, a neutral tool, a tool for just getting what you want or leveraging your time or whatever. But what I want you to know, what I want you to take on board is that your money, how much you choose, and it's always a choice, you choose to receive for the services that you offer, provides you with choices. It allows you to choose whether you want to move forward or whether you want to stay put, based on whether it is truly good for you or not. And your economic freedom gives you independence. It means that you no longer have to ask permission. And there is a real, I am not saying that we as women should not talk to our partners about how we want to spend or what we're going to spend on. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that when you know that something is going to serve you and your family for the highest good, that conversation should be a consultation. It shouldn't be about gaining permission. And every time you continue to undercharge for your time, for your services, for your product, you are reducing the amount of choice you have in your life. One of my key missions is to empower women to take financial independence, because I want you to have more choices. Please give me a yes in the comments if you want to have more choices about the way that you live your life. I so want more choices. Stop fanning about them, ladies. don't want to be harsh, but I want to say, you know, I get people to say yes a lot. I get people motivated. I get them inspired, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, thanks, Suzy. I'm going to go off. I'm going to do this. And then the next day, they do exactly what they've been doing every other freaking day. Do not do that. Stop fanning about. I procrastinate too much. Jen Tillett, yes, I've been all about the giving, but not the receiving. Yes, Jen, and you don't feel great for it. What do you want? Leah, stop fanning about. I like to get it straight. What do you want? I'm going to ask you this lots and lots and lots tonight. I am not going to apologize for asking you what it is that you want. Part of looking at your business model and your pricing your products powerfully and with confidence is about having clarity on why you are doing what you're doing beyond your, and I'm not talking about your why like I was talking about yesterday in your message, so your why for your clients. I'm talking about your why. So in my programs, I often talk about the why beyond the why, but this is the smaller why. Like, what do you want on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? And I don't mean what do you think is acceptable to want? What do you desire to want? I mean, what do you want? Like, where do you want to shop? Like, I have to really emphasize, and I posted this in my mastermind group, mastermind that I'm part of today. I saw an amazing quote from Abraham Hicks saying, the measure of success is not about the amount of money or about the stuff, but it's about the joy that you have. And so I want you to really know that my measure of success is how freaking good I feel at the end of the day. 100%. If I don't feel good, if I don't feel great, what do I need to tweak? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to optimize in order to feel good in myself? For sure. But knowing that I am able to provide the services that I want to my dream boat clients that allow me to even think about going to Canada for 6 weeks in the summer with my whole family. Like, that's also important to me. That's important to me. We've skipped a slide. That's important to me. You have to know what it is that you want. You have to get clarity on where you are holding back in your desires. That's what tonight is about. I want you to stop. I was about to say something that was just so inappropriate then. I want you to stop holding back. I want you to stop saying, oh, it's just not, you know, who needs more than £5,000 a month? And it's, you know, it's just, I want you to stop doing that. I want you to really think, and you're not going to be able to do this all on tonight's masterclass, but I want you to think, what would your life look like if you had everything, the money that you desire to give you the choices that you want? Where would your kids go to school? What would you do in the holidays with them? Where would you treat yourself? Where would you shop? You know, those immediate things that you want, and they're not the things that give you all the joy and the happiness. I don't think that at all. Stuff is only momentary things, but there is absolutely nothing unspiritual, nothing wrong with wanting to have choices about how you spend your cash on material things. There's nothing wrong with that, peeps. And that is a big part of deciding how you price your products and services. Anna, I'm going to book Florida 2019 by the end of the year. I am. Boom. Yes, you are. Nice. So that's the first thing. I'm not going to tell you that money is just energy. But what I do want you to know is that money gives you choices. And from this point on, I want you to know that every single time you underprice a product or a service, you, not the people that you are talking to, but you are reducing your choices. It's up to you. The second thing I'm not going to tell you is that your pricing matters. What the frick am I talking about? You can charge whatever the frick you want. Okay, I will tell you what does matter. Being good, being great, being excellent at what you do matters. That absolutely matters. Really understanding your skill set matters. That matters when it comes to pricing your products. Your marketing matters, actually, and you can market in many, excuse me. You can market in many, many different ways. I love Facebook. You can do in-person events. You can do free talks. There are so many different ways you can market your service, but marketing matters, yeah? So the other thing that matters is having a business model that supports your needs and desires. That matters. That really matters. Please let me know if that makes sense. All of those things matter. What you choose to charge people doesn't matter. You can charge them what the hell you like if all of those other things that I have just mentioned, so your business model, knowing your skill set, knowing that you're great at what it is that you do, knowing how you serve your market, those things matter. What you choose to price your service, that doesn't matter. So people who say to me, oh, Suze, I just don't think I can charge an extra 50 quid. Rubbish, absolutely rubbish. And I will tell you, I will show you how we can make those things irrelevant as we go through the masterclass. But I want you to understand, I'm not going to tell you that your pricing matters, it doesn't. The thing that underpins your pricing and what really does matter is how you feel about it. How you feel about your pricing does matter, because we are all energetic beings. I talk about the importance of energy, you coming to me and me coming to you, that being a really big thing for me. People energetically feel when you're not in alignment with your pricing. So how you feel about it really does matter. I've raised my in-person services by 3 times last week and the client was happy to accept. Yes! I love that. I love that. That's a great start to Limitless. Before you feel about, okay, this is really important. Before you, and even before you think about how you feel about your pricing, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about yourself, that matters. So, so big. And, you know, I want you to understand that across various different niches, right across the world, certainly across the UK, right now, there are people charging £7 a month and making hundreds of thousands of pounds on a subscription service. And there are people who charge 10, 15, 25, 30,000 pounds for, you know, for whatever service that they're offering, and are making tens and hundreds of thousands of pounds. You can do it whether you're charging £7 or whether you're charging £30,000. You just have to feel good about what it is that you're serving, and you have to be able to deliver what it is that you're offering, but it doesn't matter what you are charging. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Anna Grange, still suffering with that one. You shouldn't be suffering alone. That's what I'm going to say to you, Missy. Jen Tiller, what a relief. Yes, Jen, for you, what I would definitely say, knowing a little bit about your business, it's all about the model. We've all got dysfunctional children, love, don't worry. I hear that, it makes great sense. Good. The third thing I'm not going to tell you is that you are not selling your knowledge or all of the time and energy and investment it took you to get to where you are today. And this is such a big one. So I know, particularly people that work with me already, who are on the line and who are on Facebook, people know that you're not charging for your time, okay? So let me know if that is a concept that you are familiar with. So although people might charge by the hour, that really one of the first mindset shifts that most people will encourage you to make is to really understand that it's not about the time. If you can get somebody a result in 5 minutes, you have absolutely the right to charge them the same as if you were going to spend an hour with them. You know, people want the result, not your time. So let me know if that makes sense to you. Most people will, you've heard, yeah, perfect. Most people will tell you it's not about the time, but they will tell you that you are charging for your knowledge. People will tell you that you are charging for all of the hundreds or thousands of pounds you have spent on learning your craft and then sharing that with other people. Let me know if you have heard that before and whether that makes sense to you. Put a yes in the comments box if that makes sense to you. Yeah. I'm glad it makes sense to you. I don't have a huge issue with it because I think that it helps people make mindset shifts. If you've invested in learning, then it's fair for you to charge a certain amount. But I want to challenge that concept and say, you're not even selling your knowledge. All of your time, all the energy, all the investment it has taken you to get to where you are today, you're not selling that. I have no qualms in telling you, ladies, that last year I spent about £40,000 on my personal learning and training. And I am not going to, the reason I enjoy telling people how much money I spent on my own personal development and my mentors and my coaches and programs and all of that stuff is because I want you to understand that I'm not asking you to do anything that I'm not doing. And energetically, that is really freaking important. I also want you to know that I learn from the best people in the business. So I want that to give you confidence, but that isn't what you're buying. That really, really isn't what you're buying. What you are buying is, or what your clients are buying is the potential transformation that your client can experience if they choose to implement. And as a photographer, you are not selling all of your time and your experience. What you're selling is capturing a memory that they will never, ever be able to get back again in a way that nobody else can do. That's what you're selling as a photographer. It's the experience. And for those other people who are in service-based industries like mine, so coaching or birthing or doodling or whatever it is that you do, please type in the comments what it is that you do. But you are selling the potential transformation your client can experience. So music classes for babies and toddlers. So I have a lady that is teaching music classes, and it's not music classes. What she is doing is sharing stories that help empower children to be their strongest and their best self. That's not a music class. And if she wants to charge more than £8 for that, I'm paying that. I'm paying more than £8 to help my children feel confident and empowered about what they do. And if you were on yesterday's masterclass where I talk about your message and how you share your story, when you hear her story and how she got to do what she's doing, it makes a whole lot more sense when it comes to then putting a higher price tag on her classes. I'm going to just go up a little bit. Yeah. For all of the coaches out here especially, it's really important that you understand you're not charging for how much training you've had. You're not charging for your knowledge, but you're charging for the potential transformation. And having the confidence to say that it's the potential transformation, same with birth actually, is really, really important, because there is no one single strategy that everybody will implement and everybody will get the same results. And as soon as you start saying that's not because the strategy is whack, but it's because of whether you choose to implement, immediately you change the energy around talking around your pricing. I will talk about the type of results that my clients are getting right now, but this is the simple mindset shift that if you really, really grasp that, it will change the way that you approach talking about your pricing to your clients, potential clients forever. Let me know if that sentence makes sense to you, because it's a really important part of the masterclass. And if it doesn't, then I want to try and make it make sense. Yeah. Perfect. If there is anybody here that thinks it doesn't apply to them, please write that down and ask me at the end, because I definitely want to tackle that. It's so, so important. Great. Money stories. So everything I've been talking about so far, Amy, this is really helping me. Just join. Yep, makes sense. Perfect. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the Facebook people. So look, all of these are money stories, what I've been talking about. None of that is the actual practical stuff yet when it comes to pricing of packages or services. They are really, really, they are just common mindset things that keep people stuck in the same old circle. So when I say that 80% of the work that you have to do is around your mindset, hearing those three things, does that make even more sense right now? It really does. This class is shifting something in me, and I'm only halfway through. Yay! Winning! I love that. I love that. I love that. Right. Some of the other common money stories that people talk to me about. I'm not worth it. I'm not worth charging more than 12p an hour for my services. Oh, it kills me. I don't know enough. You know more than your potential client. So I make the assumption that everybody's on this masterclass, even if you've just finished your training. I'm not experienced enough, we'll come up here. Even if you have only just finished your training, you know more than your clients. And when you're talking about your offering, being really, really clear on the potential transformation that your clients can get, that's what they're buying. Okay? You already know enough. There isn't a market for higher prices. Absolutely ridiculous. That is really ridiculous. How do you make a market for higher prices? You design a package that warrants a premium price. That is not true. Embarrassing, feeling embarrassed asking for the money. Who feels embarrassed actually asking people for cash? Put a yes in the comments. Leah, naughty. I'm assuming that's my Leah. My Leah. Get over yourself. Why do you feel embarrassed asking people for the money? I'm asking, it's a rhetorical question. I'm not going to be able to answer that right now. I will answer that in the Limitless group. It's when, and so this is what I want you to go up. This is why the last point was so freaking important. When you are so clear on the potential transformation your client can get, how the frick can you be embarrassed asking for 300, 500, 1,000, 2,000 pounds? Like, how can you be embarrassed about that when you're clear on the transformation? When you start going, this is how much time I'm going to spend, and when you're going through all the details like that, then I get it feels icky and ucky. But when I think about the transformation my clients can get if they just freaking implement the stuff that I share, Oh my God, I'm always like, I should be charging 10 times more. This is, it means what it means when you get clear on that transformation. When people are like, it feels a bit expensive, I'm like, are you freaking, have you heard what I've just said you are capable of achieving? Like, really? Okay, clearly you are not my ideal client. Thank you. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not to be harsh, but when you understand the clarity of the transformation you can create and you start talking to people based on that, how can you be embarrassed about asking for a fair exchange? And you're always going to over deliver because you are. because you're on this masterclass and like attracts like, and we always over deliver. But how can you feel embarrassed about that? Please let me know if that makes sense to you. When you're talking about, when you sell based on, when you price your products and sell your products and services based on the potential transformation, how can you be embarrassed asking for the money? Say yes if that makes sense. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Okay, I'm not experienced enough. As long as you know more than your client and you're very clear on the transformation that you are offering, so you're not offering something that you can't deliver on, but you're offering something that you know that you can deliver on, that I'm experienced enough as a mindset thing. I don't want to undercut the market. Oh, what is that even about? What is that even about? This comes back, and I'm going to ask you again in a minute, what do you want? What do you want for your life? What do you want for your life? Undercutting the market is completely irrelevant when you think about what it is that you desire for your life. And here's the thing, I know that you do not want to be selling underpriced services to try, it's a real scarcity mindset. That fear is a real scarcity mindset, because what you're saying is that there's a limited number of people who are going to want the service that I'm offering, and if I go lower with my pricing, I'm going to be depriving the person who is 5 miles down the road the opportunity of earning money. That whole way of thinking is just wrong. I don't have time to go into it, but I just want you to know that that is real scarcity mindset, which is not, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Okay, I want to share with you a little story from this lovely human being. Her name is Kath Jones. Kath hasn't done the Limitless Life Experience, but by sharing all of those stories, I want you to understand that all of that stuff is in your head. Those fears and those stories are things that you're telling yourself, but they are not based on truth. They are based on what you think you are worthy of what you're worthy of charging for. Okay? What stories you've been told in the past and in the present that make you think that you are not worthy of charging more for the fantastic service that you offer. That's in the head. I spent 4 days. I feel so freaking honoured. I spent 4 days with this beautiful lady, Kath Jones, in September. And when she came on, we were on retreat, and when she came on the retreat, she said, first, we kind of do this like circle, and we ask people what their intention is and what they want to get out of it. And we did this circle, and she said, I don't feel like I should be here. I do not feel worthy enough. I don't feel good enough. I don't even know why I'm here. I'm like, okay, deep breath. At the end of the 4 days, she said, I felt like I'd shed a skin. I take away my self-worth, my self-respect, and a love for myself, and the realization I am so much more than what I thought I was. Now, I had 4 days with Kath. It was intense. It was intense. But what I can guarantee you is that if you are undercharging at the moment and you feel fear around charging a higher price because you think you're going to price yourself out of the market, or you don't want to undercut people, or whatever the story is. There is a huge piece around your self-worth, whether it's a conscious thing or a subconscious thing. What I help people to do is understand what they are worthy of. Your part, that is part of the transformation that I help to facilitate. Your part, her part in that is coming, being open, showing up and doing the work. You go from somebody who said her words, I hate myself, to, and I have a love for myself. 4 days. I love that. I had to share that because it's important. I want you to understand that it's up here. Nothing had changed about her outward circumstances. And I have to say, 4 months on, September, October, November, December, January, 4 months on, this lady is now starting her own business, which, yeah, I love that. So what are the money stories that are holding you back? And this is something you're not going to be able to answer. I can guarantee whatever money stories immediately come to mind, there are a ton more. There are so much more. And I have to emphasize, this is the work, people. This is the work. And it's the work that I will continue. It's the work that I have done. So for people who don't know, my income in the first year of business, I've been in business for 3 years. I'm a Hay House author, TEDx speaker. I am a mindset messaging coach. My first year of business, I earned minus £14,000. My second year of business, I earned £108,000. My third year of business, I earned £223,000. My fourth year of business, I will earn £500,000. The work that I will do to help me get to that level is the mindset work. What are the stories that I'm telling myself that say I'm not deserving, or I shouldn't be, or it's not right, or all of those things to help me double my income again? This is consistent and continual work. This is the reason that I've been able to double my income, and whatever it was from 1 to 2, I'm not very good with percentages, but whatever it was to go from years 1 to 2 to explode like that, this was 80% of the work that I did. Letting go, releasing money stories on a daily basis. So yeah, that's what I want you to know. This is where the most of the work does, and this is the stuff that I love helping people on. So how to price your products and services. Stage 1. We've talked about this 3 times. I'm going to talk about it more. What do you want? Okay, so a lot of people freak out when I say that it starts with you, but it absolutely, it does. I want you to stop putting your wants and desires at the bottom of the pile. And for the love of all things good, I do not want you to aim for just paying the freaking bills and just getting by. You deserve to have more than that. We live in an abundant universe. There is more than enough to go around. And for the people that don't have enough, I believe that it's our responsibility to earn more so that we are able to give back more. That's what I absolutely believe. Money gives you choices. You have to decide what it is you want before you put a price on your service. That is the first thing. So we had lots of £5,000, working on my money mindset now. I'm the most expensive in my area, but I believe everyone else is too cheap, which makes me seem a lot. Not when you're very clear on the value that you're offering. So £5,000 a month is often a great starting point for people. What I really encourage you to do is write down what that money is going to get you. So rather than just having an arbitrary figure, which I know that some people do, they're like, oh yeah, I just want to earn $1 million. But if you are not connected to that on an emotional level, the number becomes irrelevant and you're still undercharged. So write down exactly what it is that £5,000 a month is going to be giving you, and savings counts. Number 2, research the marketplace. It really, I can hear people like, what do you mean I've got to research the marketplace? Who here has a problem with comparisonitis, looking over your shoulder what other people are doing all the freaking time and thinking, how can I compete with that? Put a yes in the comments if that makes sense. Yeah, really need to sort my duck out. Well, I'll need to duck out. So I thought someone was saying I really need to sort my duck out. Comparing is a good way to learn. Sometimes yes, yes, yes. Look, in our age of social media, we spend a lot of time looking at what other people are doing, and many times we can allow what we perceive other people to be doing to dictate what we think that we should be doing. And what I want you to know is that when I say research the marketplace and look at what other people are doing, this is not something that you should be doing 7 days a week for the, 52 weeks a year. Absolutely not. It's something that I think is really, really useful for you to be doing once when you are first starting out. And maybe you revisit this on an annual basis. Why? It's because you can get clarity on where the gaps are in the marketplace. I think that one of the big mistakes that people make is that they go out and they want to offer exactly the same service as what other people are doing because they can see that it's working. And that's a mistake. You want to see where there are opportunities for you to improve on what other people are doing. That's how you create a niche for yourself. That's how you create a gap in the marketplace. Okay, that's how you step in to a gap in the marketplace. I did just and spotted some great gaps. Perfect. That's why you do some competitive research. Pick 3 to 5 people who are either doing really well or not doing so well, so you can avoid what the people who are not doing so well are doing. And if you're really geeky, like not like me, you can put it into a spreadsheet so you can do a proper like SWOT analysis. But really the idea is just to get a feel of what other people are offering, what they are charging for it, so you can see where there is an opportunity for you. It is a benchmark and nothing more than that. And it's just really, it is an important exercise. Once you've done it, you then park it. But understanding what's going on in your marketplace is important. And even though I've said your pricing doesn't matter, having a benchmark for what other people are doing works, because what you can't do is put a Tesla badge on a Ford Escort and say that it's a Tesla. So what I mean by that is if you want to go for premium positioning, you can't offer a service that is the bog standard, same as everybody else's bog standard service, and say that it's premium. You can't do that. Or for me, I wouldn't want to do that because it wouldn't feel ethical. So if you want to offer a premium service, then it needs to be a premium. It needs to be a premium offering, and you can get a gauge of where that's going to sit when you understand what everybody else is offering. Let me know if that makes sense. So, yeah. Cool. So based on what is in the marketplace, you get a very clear idea of where the gaps are, and then you start to design your offering. So how do you design your offering? Well, you get really, really clear at how do you design a powerful offering. Get really, really clear on how you know that your offering is unique. And it's got nothing to do with how much time you spend. It has everything to do with the transformation that your service is offering, and then the kind of little tweaks and optimizations that you will include to make it different from what everyone else is doing. This is what we did with the Calm Birth School. It was clear that there was nobody offering video. There was nobody offering at the time video hypnobirthing. There was nobody talking to anybody that wasn't a crunchy earth mama. There was nobody talking to the control freaks who didn't want to spend 3 hours or 12 hours over 4 weeks going to classes because they couldn't. And so we spoke to those people. That's how you design your offering. You see what other people aren't doing, and then you fill the gap. There is I suppose I want you to be in the position where you just have the choice to do and deliver exactly what it is you want. There is so much room for so many different flavors of things. So when you worry about undercutting someone, it's like that doesn't exist because you're offering a different service. So, you know, what can you do? And this is like a starter for 10. There are so many different things you can do to make your service different from the competitors. One, just by being better, you can be different. You can serve a different audience. You can provide additional services. You can create luxury experiences. You can have better materials. You can use a different delivery method. There are easily another 10 things that could go on this slide, but I don't want to overwhelm you. But just look to see where you can make those improvements. And when it comes to selling your transformation, it will make you feel more comfortable and more confident. What we're talking about is creating a competitive advantage. So clarity plus your competitive advantage gives you confidence. That's how that works. Jade, I love that you said that I'm doing something completely different to anyone in my area, so this makes sense. I'm not even in competition with them. No. It's called a blue ocean strategy. Circling back once again, when you're designing your offers, you have to do the number crunching. And obviously 2 + 2 does not equal 10. But here's the thing, when people have an issue with premium pricing, and I have to point out that I've got products and services that start at, I think, £9.99, and then that go to £97 right the way through to in excess of £10,000. So I've got pricing that goes right across the whole spectrum, and that feels really, really good to me. But when you price your products, you have to look at the way you're delivering your service to see, is it realistic? If I've got a goal of £5,000 a month and I only want to charge people £97 for my hour, 90 minutes that I spend with them, is it realistic for me to have a £5,000 income goal? Because is that really, if I've got to see X amount of clients to make £5,000 and spend X amount of time to make £5,000, how is that realistic? How does that work with my family? Does that make me feel good? It comes back to the question, what is it that you want? Let me know if that makes sense. When you think about your big goal, your big money goal, your ideal goal, is it realistic when you think about how you deliver your service and how much time you want to spend with your family, if you have a family, how much time you want to spend with your friends? Does it add up? If it does, great. If it doesn't, and for a lot of people, they're charging too little in order to create the life that they want to live, that's a really big sign that something has to change. So when you look at your numbers, you've got 3 choices. Again, I'm running way over. Alice, if I were just doing doodling, I'd need to have 20 clients a month. Obviously not possible, so something needs to happen about your rates. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to try and really race through this, peeps. I'm such a nightmare. Sorry, there's the best part of me that's happy about that. But 1, looking at your numbers, you have 3 choices. You can either continue to do what you are doing, which is basically sabotaging the life that you want to lead. If you are not earning enough money for the service that you're offering, and if you're on this masterclass, I'm guessing you're not, please don't do this. Please don't freaking do number 1, which is continue to undercharge for what it is you're offering. 2, you can increase your rates. That's a good idea, peeps. It's a really, really good idea. Or 3, you can change your business model. Also, a really, really good idea. Okay. What do you want? Do you want to be known as somebody who has a premium service, who serves fewer people at a higher price, or do you want to create a more like one-to-many business model where you charge a lower rate and you serve a lot of people? As I said, you can make tens of hundreds of thousands of pounds, whatever it is you want, with both low-end products and high-end products. That doesn't matter. What matters is making sure that you have the right business model to support whether you're charging low rates or whether you want to charge high rates. Please let me know if that makes sense. I've just changed this after looking at my numbers. Yes, good, 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 good. Yes. Looking at your pricing in isolation is a big mistake, and that's why I keep asking you what it is that you want. Most people look at their pricing, they look at what other people are doing and saying, oh, okay, let's just do that. Your pricing has to be in line with your personal desires, because ultimately, you know, my program's called a Limitless Life Experience is because we want to live a limitless life. Running a business that is self-sustaining and profitable helps us live a limitless life. You have to look at what it is you want in your life when you're looking at your pricing. Please don't look at it in isolation. So if you are going for low-end product, which is what we do with the Calm Birth School, and as I said yesterday in the messaging workshop, that is a business that brings in, or last year brought in just under 50k, which is great. That sells products of £97 and £149. So it's low end. And obviously there are other strands to that with the instructors, with books and things like that, but ultimately you're looking at between £97 and £150. It's absolutely possible. It's a one-to-many model. If you are going to stay low end, you can make great money selling low end if you have the right business model. If you're going to do that, what do you think is one of the most important things that you have to nail in order to reach more people? Hit me up in the comments. This is a little bit of a test. Marketing. Your message. Alice, were you on the call yesterday? It's yo. It's all about the message. If you want to be reaching more people, it's all about the message, because you need to enroll more people. And yes, in your message comes the marketing, but really being able to get people emotionally involved means that you have to nail your message if you're going to be selling at a low end. Please hear me when I say that. That's why yesterday's masterclass is important. If you want to go VIP, if you want to go premium, if you want to increase your rates, what's the most important thing that you need to nail? Two most important things you need to nail if you want to add a premium service to what it is that you are doing. What do you need to nail? Hit me up, peeps. What do you think it is? Message, one. Yeah, message is there, definitely. Message is one of those two. What's the second thing? Transformation. Yeah, being clear on your transformation. Yes, Rachel Oliver, self-belief. It's the mindset piece. If you're offering a VIP service, I'm already taking it that you know that you can offer it. What you offer is amazing, but you have to believe that you're worthy of it. That's what we're talking about. It's the mindset piece, 80% of the work. Messaging and mindset, that's what I specialize in. Oh, so how to put a price on your package, look at the market, decide on your position, clarity on the gap that your offering is filling. You know, look at what it is that you desire in your own personal professional life, and make sure your business model is in alignment with what it is that you desire. Then pick a price. Pick a price that absolutely suits all of those areas. Not what you think you are capable of getting. Not what you think that the market is going to. It's not about not what the market accepts, because you design your package, you create more premium offerings to separate yourself from more economy options, but it's about really understanding it's not what you think someone's giving you permission to earn. Okay, you pick a price that is in alignment with all of the things that you want and the transformation that you are offering. Those are the bits. Questions. Why do most product prices end in 7? It's a psychological thing. So rather than zeros, sevens or nines, people are more likely to be like, okay, it's not quite 1,000, or it's not quite 2,000, or it's not quite 10,000. It's a Robert Cialdini talks about this in his marketing psychology book, so I recommend that book. Don't ask me what it's called. When it comes to your pricing, you should never, ever, ever be thinking about what you think a person can afford. And this is another massive, massive mistake that people are making all of the time, whether they're pricing low end or high end. I have to say, some of my best, most favorite clients are people who, on the surface of it, do not have the money. Those people are the most motivated to get the results. When people have an abundance of cash and they know that it doesn't really matter if they make their business a success, their why is not strong enough to do the work that they need to do in order to get through the challenging and the tough times. If I based my prices and my services on what I thought that people could afford, particularly with the market that I serve, there's absolutely no way that I would have made multiple six figures last year. I price my services based on the value of based on the potential transformation that my clients can make. And I feel really freaking good about that. And for the clients who understand that, then they're willing to make the investment, and they are the best people for me to work with. Don't ever, ever start deciding what a person is willing to do in order to get the transformation. And I think this is another reason why I like to share how much I invest in my business, because asking people I'm always stretching. I'm always stretching to have that next level expansion. And if you are not prepared to do that for yourself, but you are asking other people to invest in your services when it might be a stretch for them, when they might feel like, oh, is this really is this the priority? Could I spend my money on other things? And you know, of course they could spend their money on other things, but the thing that you are offering is absolutely the thing that can change their fucking life, but you're never willing to do that for yourself. You're never willing to make that, then there is an energy misalignment there. So do not, when you're thinking about your ideal client, which we talked about yesterday, you do not want an ideal client who is stingy with themselves. But two, remember that you only attract people who are stingy with themselves when you're being stingy with yourself. So I want you to really, really get involved in that. Do not make decisions about what other people's money stories or money situations are, or what's going on for them. Hear me when I say some of my most favorite, most effective, most surface of it have not been able to afford what it is that I'm offering, but understand the value of the transformation and invest in that. Mind your own business. Your business is not their business. Remember what you're charging for, the potential transformation. Get really clear. The other thing about when we're pricing our services and when we're selling our services is that most people start to talk about the process, and actually you want to be talking about the transformation, which is the finish line. People don't care about how it is, or they care about it, but much less than the actual result. So please, please, when you are talking about your services, don't get stuck in the process and the system. Focus on the transformation. Let me know if that is making sense to you, ladies. Good. When you're charging and when you're picking your price, you have to believe in what you do. And I know that sounds silly, but when I say you do, I mean you. You have to believe in you. Because I know that you get that the thing that you've trained in is great. You think it's amazing. But when you don't believe in yourself, that's when that voice of who the hell do you think you are to charge, to even think about charging what you're going to charge. That's when that voice comes into play. And when you don't believe in yourself, you shrink. You take the barter when you don't want to barter. You give the discount when you don't want a discount. You give people far too long to make the decision when you know that you just want them to make the decision. If you are undercharging for your services, if you are desperate for people to book, even when you know that they are not the right people for you, you have an issue with believing in yourself. Let me know if that makes sense and whether that resonates with you. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you want to change the way that you think about yourself, you have to do the daily work. Simple. On changing those habitual thought patterns. Susan, I've really seen it. I'm so happy you're in the family, Susan. I'm excited for you. The other thing I want you to know is that people buy based on emotion, and then they back up their decision based with logic. I talked about this yesterday in the messaging masterclass. Just allow yourself to be real. Talk to them about what it is that you do. Don't get stuck in the process. How do you talk about your money? How do you talk about your pricing? Practice. Practice asking for your price before you go live with your clients, or potential clients. So just in the mirror, practice saying the higher amount. Oh yeah, this is what I do and this is what I charge. This is what I do and this is what I charge. Practice, practice, practice. If you have a good friend that you can practice with and do a little role play with, even better. Most normal people aren't going to want to role play with you. That's why you have to come to a community like mine, where that's much more normal. Practice saying the freaking, if you can't say the number, then it's not going to work. Okay? And there are loads of little things that I would share about how to kind of stretch yourself when you're ready to stretch, but we don't have time. But practice, practice, practice. Now, to reveal and not reveal. So one of the questions that comes up a lot is, do I put my prices on my website? I did a little experiment a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, about an offer that I had where I deliberately did not share the price, and then I deliberately, when people asked me, I kind of put them through an application process where, again, I wasn't saying the price until the person was really ready to commit. It scared the frick out of people, which is really interesting for me because the pricing of what I was offering was ridiculously low. Not ridiculously low, it was much lower than what I think that people were thinking it was going to be. I think it was a really, really great experiment. I feel that actually, unless you're charging in excess of £10,000, then actually tell people what it is that you are charging before, to let people know, because your time is valuable. You do not want to waste your time. And if you do the work that I was talking about yesterday around the messaging and being consistent, most of the sales job is already done before people reach you. Practice, practice, practice. So to recap, decide on what it is that you want. Get clear on what your competitive advantage is. Price for the transformation that you are creating, and then ask for the sale. That is 20% of what it is that you are going to be doing. 80% of what you are doing is the energetic work. It's releasing the stories. I cannot get clearer than to say the stuff on the 20% side is what most people will focus on because it's the easy stuff. It's the practical stuff. The real work is on the 80%, is on the less tangible, and it's the energetic stuff. It's letting go of the stories, building up your self-confidence and building up your self-worth. That is the work. It sounds really logical, and I know that there are a percentage of people who are on the call tonight who are just kind of getting their heads around the mindset of the money piece. And I think that even if you had a really successful career before, that the thing that is holding you back is not the pricing, it's the mindset. And so even if it's a new concept for you tonight, I think if you're coming from a previous career where you have had abundance, that please, please, please do not underestimate the importance of the mindset piece. And that's specifically specifically the work that I do in the cash adventure of the Limitless Life experience. So for those of you who weren't on the call yesterday, the Limitless Life experience is my flagship program. It is a 24-week group coaching experience, and I love it. I talked about it in detail yesterday. There are kind of 5 key roadmaps. So we talked with the miracle messaging formula. I gave people a hint of what we talk about in that blueprint, in that formula. Tonight, we've talked a bit about the mindset. The rest of it is the spotlight system, which is helping you magnify your message out to many people. The momentum model to help you keep on going so you don't have the 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. And then the magic is just creating magic in your life on a daily basis. What I want to dig into right now is just the mindset mastery blueprint, because this is really the foundation of everything that you will do moving forward. And it's the reason that when you have a strategy, that some people will absolutely excel in it and other people fall flat on their face, and it's because they haven't got the mindset piece worked out. So the connection adventure is the first adventure that we go into in the mindset mastery blueprint, and it's about connecting with yourself on a much deeper level. It's about the soul work, and this is some of the online coaching that I'm going to be doing tomorrow in the soul workshop. But it's really about people connecting with themselves and connecting with their desires and giving themselves permission to really go for it. Most people are living a life of mediocrity, and I want that to sit with you. And I'm hoping that if that is you right now, that feels a little bit uncomfortable. I want it to feel uncomfortable because I want you to know that you completely have the power. Oh, Marie, just saying, I can't wait for this. You completely have the power to be living a first-class life. And when you connect to yourself and your deepest desires, that is how you start to change both your life and your business. That's the first adventure. The second adventure is the co-creation adventure. This was really important for me to include super early on. I talk a lot about how amazing things happen when we are very clear on our intentions. And I have many different systems and formulas that I have learned over the last 20 years of really tuning into manifesting the life that I desire. And I have basically created my own system that I include in the co-creation venture, which is really about showing you how to meet the universe when it comes to creating what it is that you want. So if you know me at all, you will know that I say faith plus action equals miracles. What a lot of people get stuck in is the faith bit. So it's the belief, it's the affirmations, it's writing down amazing things. I am positive, I am this, I am that. And then they totally forget that they actually need to take aligned action every day. I show you how to meet the universe so you get what it is that you want in a super quick time. That's what we cover in the co-creation adventure. But what we have been talking about tonight in terms of pricing and on money stories is what we go into in a shared load of detail in the Cash Adventure. So when I was designing this program, I knew that for many of the service people that I work with, the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things they would need to overcome, is the crap that they are telling themselves about, one, investing in themselves, and then two, people investing in them, which is why I needed to put the Cash Adventure in the Mindset Mastery Blueprint. So I haven't just put the Cash Adventure. So I have read probably every single money book that you could possibly wish to read on manifesting money, creating money, and all of that stuff. And all of it is good, but many of you who are on here may have been reading those books too. And I wanted to make sure that I was creating something different. So I signed up to train to become a sacred money archetype coach. And I went through a program which really showed me how to identify the types of stories that certain people create that lead them to taking certain decisions about their businesses and in their lives. And the content in the Cash Adventure is based on everything that I learned by going through that practitioner training. Now, I have to say that training is sold independently by one of my mentors, who is amazing, Denise Duffel-Thomas. She does a whole course on the sacred money archetype. She charges £997 for it. All of the content that helps you identify why you keep making the same silly decisions, why you keep making decisions that are not serving you, why you can't up your prices without feeling bad about it. All of those things we cover in the Cash Adventure. And then the tools that I share around how to step out of it are all in there as well. Some people sell that as a whole course on its own. That is in adventure number 3 of the Limitless Life Experience. And I want to share with you this little testimonial. So this is Olivia Southey, who is amazing. She's a doula and a hypnobirthing teacher. And she increased her rates. When she started the Limitless Life Experience, she was charging £750 for her doulaing. She's now charging £1,200. And by the time we finished, the program before was 3.5 months. It's now 5.5 months, because I wanted to give people lots more space and lots of support to really integrate the work that I'm teaching, because it is a lot. She said, when I asked her about the biggest transformations that she's had, it was understanding her work needed to support the way that she wanted to live. And being able to identify her money archetype gave her a whole new level of understanding about her relationship with money and what she needed to do in order to make decisions that served her. When she said that to me, I was just like, that was 100% me living my intention with including that content in the program. That is in the Cash Adventure. This is the lovely Ray. She's a private client. She's going to be doing the Limitless Life Experience this year, but I wanted to include her in this because when I work with private clients, I give them a private money archetype reading. And Ray, she came on retreat with me in September. She was there with the lovely Kath Jones. And before we went on retreat, she came. She could not afford. She borrowed money to come on retreat with me. I'm so freaking glad that she did. She couldn't afford it. Before she came on retreat, she was earning £800 a month. When we were on retreat, she signed up to my private coaching. She couldn't afford it. I'm really, really glad that she made that decision, because when I work with clients on a private basis, we have a day together. We did her money archetype reading. She got a whole new level of insight about why she was making the decisions that she was making, the decisions that were keeping her stuck, at that lower under earning income rate. Within, I think it was within 6 weeks of us having our meeting and her having that reading, she had her first 5-figure £10,000 a month. This is the information that I'm sharing in the Limitless Life experience. I cannot get over, I can't express it enough when I say that all of the adventures have the capacity to change your life. But when it comes to pricing and money, this is one of the best things that you will get for the money that I'm charging. It's simple. The fourth adventure is the courage adventure. And this was so important to keep in mindset because it is courage that you need to step into the higher vision that you have for yourself, to say that I am worthy of this, to say my services are amazing, to say to your partner, this is what I want for us, to say no to people, to say yes to people, to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. That's what the Courage Adventure is all about. They are the first 4 adventures in the Mind Shift Mastery Blueprint. I'm really fucking proud. I'm really proud. So look, that is the Limitless Life experience. We opened the doors again yesterday. Mindset Mastery Blueprint, the miracle messaging formula, the spotlight system, which will help you amplify everything that you learn in the miracle messaging formula so you can attract your clients. I talked to you about how you maintain momentum, and I talked to you about how you create magic in your life on a daily basis. 5.5 months I work with you for. The value of that content is £3,000. It's worth so much freaking more than that. If you can go from £800 one month to £10,000 the next, £3,000 on the content I'm sharing is just ridiculous. We have wow calls, watch out world calls every week. So they are twice a week, mostly twice a week, sometimes once a week, but they are amazing calls. This is what Lauren said. I love the ability to be able to ask questions as they come up. So when you have questions, I give you direct laser coaching on whatever it is that is happening for you. I don't know any group coaching or any kind of e-course programs that offer this level of coaching on a weekly basis for 5.5 months at the investment level that I ask for. So Lauren's is saying it's a great way of checking in each week, and this is the accountability piece. It's not about kind of giving you all of the content and then saying bye-bye, because we all know how many courses have we signed up for and we haven't followed through. I want you to follow through, which is why I'm there for you twice a week, answering your questions and keeping you accountable for what it is that you say you're going to do. Lauren says that she feels really inspired and enthusiastic at the end of each call, which has driven her to get more done, both practically and mindset work. That's what it's all about. The value of those calls, me twice a week, answering your questions, easily £4,000. I've got amazing bonuses because I always give lush bonuses. So an energy healing session, which is a group session, group PR masterclass, group sales masterclass, and a 3-day work week. So how to design your ideal work week. We want to create a business that gives us a limitless life. We do not want to be working like dogs. We want to do it with ease and freaking grace. That's important to me. The value of that is £1,000. And I've got some new fast action takers bonuses tonight. Oh, VIP people who know that they want me one-on-one for essentially 6 months, 5.5 months. You get everything the gold people get. You also get a private mastermind group, unlimited access to me on Messenger, and 6 one-to-one sessions. So the value of that is £20,000. It's good. And I've got some new fast action takers bonuses. If you are interested in getting a personalized money archetype session with me, sign up tonight. The first 5 people who sign up tonight, this is not for people that signed up yesterday, this is just for people that signed up tonight, will get a 30-minute personalized money archetype session. That's the same session that I did with Ray during our Big IP day, which helped her go from £800 to £10,000 in a month. It's really, it's not worth £350, but my time is worth £350 for half an hour. So get involved. If this feels good, and you're ready to just make 2018 the year that you say, I did it, then this alone, this Fast Action Takers bonus alone is worth you getting involved. The first 10 people get access to my content creation workshop. So I've got 5 spots left on this. So if you want to create an ebook, an e-course, a talk, whatever it is that you want to create, the formula that I share in this will help you do that. The value of that is 250. I've got 5 spaces left. So if you need to be in the family, if you've got value from tonight and you know that accountability and being with a group of people who are all on the same journey, who are all freaking supportive and are all ready to help you get there, then you need to visit www.suzyashworth.com, limitless. And the gold level is £997, including VAT, or 3 easy payments of 346, or 6 installments of 197. I've tried to make it really freaking easy for you. With 6 installments of 197, or 1 payment of 997, or 3 payments of 346. And if you want to go VIP, it is 5,500 1 installment, or 6 payments of 1,100. The only way that you can work with me privately is to pay in excess of £10,000. It's really, for the amount of access I'm giving, is freaking great. And as always, I give a money back guarantee. So if you don't love the course after the first 2 modules, then you get all of your cash back. No quibble, no questions, you get it back. So the risk is on me. I hope 6 installments, 1 month for 6 months. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Susan, I'm so glad I've joined. Oh, God. Yes, 6 months at 197. So I'm here now. If you've got any questions, we're a little bit shorter than last night. Please hit me up with any questions that you've got about the program or just in general about your pricing. I'm happy to stay on. I've still got some wine left to talk about it. And yeah, I hope that I have demonstrated effectively the type of transformation that you can get when you dip into the strategies that I have shared with you tonight. And I hope you realize there's so much freaking more. For the people that feel called and the people that know that this is the year that they want to stop trying to do it by themselves. They want quicker results. They want accountability. They want a community. And it's not just about the business, it's about your life. Then this is for you. Holly Gilbert, I'm a bit uncomfortable. Why are you uncomfortable, Holly? It's a program totally. I said this last night, actually. It's totally suitable for people who are just starting out. And I feel like everything that I share is it's the foundation, and it's the stuff that I wish. So I have a course called the Baby Business School, and the Baby Business School is all about the tactics, which everybody wants the tactics, and tactics are really important. But ultimately, if you nailed the mindset stuff, which we go into in detail around your message, around your mindset, and understand how you maintain momentum, then all of the tactics stuff become so much easier to implement when you work out which ones are the best for you. I absolutely think that this course is great for people who are just starting out. Totally. I'm so ready to step into who I want to be. Good, Holly. Oh, Julie. Hey, Julie signed up as a VIP client earlier in the week, and I'm so excited that you've seen this, lady. You have got this. And I suppose the difference between the VIP and the gold membership is that the VIP is, so the difference when people say, is this right for me if I'm just starting out? If you are looking at VIP, definitely not for people who are just starting out. If you are just starting out, go for the gold membership. If you have been in business for a little while and you've stalled and you have a clear idea of who it is that you want to be, but you're looking for much more specific strategic guidance, go VIP. I wouldn't recommend VIP for people who are just starting out. Leslie, best decision you can take to take the LLE course. Thank you, darling. I really appreciate that. D, as you know, I struggled last night and I couldn't get my payment to go through. Can I swap for the 6 installments to paying outright? Yes, of course you can, my lovely. No problem at all. If you just pay for your full installments, we can refund you and cancel your payment from yesterday. No problem at all. Thank you. It's been great once again. My main takeaway, I have to review my business model. Thank you. Thank you so much. Enlightening as always. Thank you. Yeah, Sophie, hopefully you got that. Thank you so much. Really awesome. Thank you. My battery is about to die. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. 6 installments. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I've got all of that. Perfect. Right, let me just get that last one. Perfect. Right, any other questions, please message me. We are starting again on the 5th of February. We've got a whole beautiful new membership area for a whole other group of beautiful people looking to make massive transformations in their life and their businesses this year. Don't do what you always do. That is my one thing I want to leave you with this evening. Do not do what you always do, which is say, this is great, I'm going to implement, and next year or 6 months time or 1 month time, be in a very, very similar position to what you are now, because you really do not need to be in that position. Holly, come and play with us. Come and play. If you're feeling uncomfortable, it's a really, really good thing. I'm going to hop off here now. If anybody has any questions that they want to PM me personally, just PM me on my Facebook and I will get back to you. I'll be around for probably the next 20 minutes. Right. And can I just say, half an hour, money archetype, personal reading, £800 to £10,000 in a month. Get on it, get on it. Right, my lovelies, I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope you got a lot of value from it, and I will see you tomorrow. Totally different format tomorrow. I'm excited about it. Right, love ya, bye.